Hey, hello everybody. So today we'll be looking at how I achieved that fullness on that skirt. So I went ahead to fold my material into a triangular form, angle 90. This is not going to be a full flay, it is half flay, angle 90. The waist I'm working with here was waist 20. So I went ahead to divide waist 20 by 3.14 and my answer was 6.3. So I placed my tape from the point above and marked 6.3 all through. Then from the point of 6.3 I measured the actual length of the skirt. As you can see, I measured the actual length of the skirt, which was 18. Yes. From the mark 6.3, I placed my half length measurement to where I have the final length, which was 18. So I am cutting out now. So this is where I'll be working with. This is the material I'll be working with. So this is me trying to cut another of this same piece for the lining, where the lining I'll use to cover this main other bodies, but the lining in this case will be shorter than the main material. I made the lining 2 inches shorter than the actual length of my material. So I went ahead to cut out the lining for this. Please, if this is your first time watching this video, you can subscribe and turn on the notification bell in case, so that when next I upload a video you would be notified. Thank you. Please subscribe to this channel. So this is me cutting out the lining part of it. So after cutting out the lining, this is where the main work starts. So I went ahead to open up my main bodies, measured all around to be sure the waist measurement is the same. So I had an extra which was for my zipper allowance. Yes, I had waist 23, which was a little too much. So I had to remove 1 inch. So the remaining 2 inches I can manage it and use one for the zipper allowance. So I have trimmed out the excess. So after that, I went ahead to mark out where I'll be placing my net to achieve that fullness. So after I started with marking different angles, as you can see me counting. So this is me trying to make sure that the lengths are the same. So I started with 11. I came down by 1 inch after the first line. The second line, I marked 10 inches. So I'm trying to check if this pattern is going to work. So if it doesn't work, I'll have to remeasure. So the second one, I left 3 inches. Remember, the first one is 11. That is for the main dress. That will be the first layer. The second one, I marked 10 inches. That is, I came down by 1 inch after the first one. Then the second one, Then the second one, I came down by 3 inches, that is 7 inches after the second one. Came down by 3 inches after the second one, which was 10. So when I noticed there's it's not actually giving me what I wanted, I had to add an extra 0.5 for the first one so I can achieve my actual length. So the first length is 11.5, the second one is 10 inches, which means after the first line I came down by 1.5 inches. So this is me marking round to make sure I sew on the particular line and not shift. So you can see I'll be using 4 layers for this dress. I'm marking out 4 layers, 11.5, 10 inches, 7 inches and 5 inches. So you can do more than 4 inches depending on how long the dress is or how full you want the dress to be. So this is me marking out all my lines to make sure I'll be sewing on those lines. These are the lines I'll be sewing my net on. By the way, please, if this is your first time watching this video, please do us a favor and subscribe, share, comment and like our videos. Turn on your notification bell for more updates. So I went ahead to cut out the different layers of net for my material. So I measured out all of the numbers I've written there: 11.5, 10 inches, 7 inches and 5 inches. 5 is the lowest from the down, as in from the bottom. 5, the highest is 11.5. So like I said, you can make it more than 4 layers depending on the length of the dress and how full you desire. This dress was for a 10-month-old baby. So you can see why the layers are relatively short. So you can either make yours up to 5 or 6 layers or even lesser. You can still do 3 inches depending on the quantity of material you're working with. So I went ahead to my sewing machine and started gathering on my fabric. Remember, I said I prefer gathering as I sew. So this is me sewing on those lines I marked. So I went ahead to sew on all those lines. After that, I turned and I had to hem my fabric. I went ahead to bend it. If you cannot bend, you can weave or you can use bias to turn it, but it's just for a neat finishing. It's not easy bending hemming a bias a flake cut, but you got to try. So I'm admiring how beautiful my stitches are. So after hemming, I continued till I went ahead to cut out all my outstanding threads that are not needed. So after that, I continued with gathering my net on my material. So after I did the same thing until I got to the end, that is the first layer, the 11.5 inches. So this part now will be joined with another upper bodice, though it's not in this video, but this video is mainly to show you how I achieved this fullness on the dress. So you can see how beautiful it's looking. You see how nice. Then as after doing this, if you notice where there is an outstanding net, you can quietly trim off, and that's all. So this can be attached to an upper bodice, an already made upper bodice that has been sewn. Thanks for watching. I hope you got value. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. See you next time. Bye.